let them cheat on election period. We used to go on election day. It should be back to election day, but we have to say election period. They spent more than $400 million in 2020 trying to defeat me and to elect Reverend Joe Biden with all those lock boxes, with all those tapes, watching the lock boxes, and then the judges don't want to do anything about it. It's terrible. Going to the legislatures, getting rejected, and then going back and doing whatever the hell they want. They got rejected by the legislatures, and they went in and did whatever they wanted to do. It's terrible. Then you had the laptop from hell, right, with the 51 intelligence. In other words, Nikki Haley is using radical Democrat money to fund the radical Democrat campaign operation that she's running in order to try and do things. You notice I haven't even mentioned the name of Ron DeSanctimonious yet. I think he's gone. You didn't say that. No, he does not wear high heels. Okay. He does not wear high heels. All right, maybe. I screamed out he's got a new pair of high heels. You can't do that. It's not polite. Don't do that. I'll have to admonish you. But they want to turn liberal voters into Republicans for about 2 minutes while they vote, and then go back to being liberal voters in the Democrat Party. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. And look, I love this state. You really helped me a lot. 2016, we came in here, we blew this state open. And blew the election open more than anything. And I came in and we did fantastically, and we've done great here. But you can't let that happen. You can't have the Democrats. You just got to get rid of the system. It would take, if you're governor, it would take about 2 minutes. You just can't have a system with Democrats. But think of it, Democrats are allowed to vote in the Republican primary. That's the only thing I can't determine. How many are there? We know there are at least 4,000, because before October 7th, they were allowed to openly come in and vote. So we know they have that. But how many are there? So just make sure, don't listen to polls. Get out and vote. We need a big, big win against these I spent so much time last week saying that in Iowa. I said, we had great polls. We're up like 40. And then I said, don't believe the polls. Pretend you're one down. Because we don't need any surprises. And I said, Alice, we got to get out of bed now, Alice. We're going to vote. But darling, I don't feel that. It doesn't make any difference, Alice. You got to get the hell out of bed. We're going to vote because we don't want to take any chances. And we need big margins because as a message. Because, with real unity, they won't be able to cheat. It won't matter. The radical left Democrats are supporting Nikki Haley for one reason, because they know she's very easy to beat. She's going to be very easy to beat. She's them. That's why I'm so proud to be joined today by an incredible group of leaders from Nikki's home state of South Carolina, where we'll be in about 3 weeks. And I saw a poll, Henry, the governor, what a great governor. I saw a poll, and by the way, he actually really did keep his state open. He's one of the few, he really did, because I said to the governors, you have to do what you want to do. That's one of the few people, and there were a few, they were all Republicans, but he really kept his state open. But they understand that I am the only candidate in this race who's going to save America, and we're going to get rid of this Biden disaster right away. So, it is my honor to call on stage from South Carolina, Governor Henry McMaster, one of the best governors. Come on up, Henry. We'll be there in 3 weeks. So we're going to be there in 3 weeks, so you know what I'm doing? I'm kissing ass. I'm kissing. Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evans is fantastic. Pamela. Attorney General Alan Wilson just won a very big case, by the way. Big case, Alan. South Carolina House Speaker Merle Smith. With that name. South Carolina Treasurer Curtis Loftus. Thank you very much. Thank you. Congressman Joe Wilson. You remember Joe Wilson? Do you remember? You're lying, he said. You're lying. Because that's a believer. He's great. That made him very popular, actually. That all caused a little turmoil, but it made him very popular. He's great. Congressman William Timmons. And a friend of mine, an incredible political figure. He's really taken politics by storm, Congressman Russell Fry. Hey, Russell, I'm going to ask you, if you would, wherever the hell you are, to say a couple of words, and then a couple of others, and we're going to get this done real quick, but we have to be really good to South Carolina, because we have to win big. We're only up at the last poll by 60 points. 6-0. That's pretty good. She was the governor, and we're up by 60. So, Russell, why don't you start? Go ahead.
Hello, New Hampshire. How we doing? Man. Joe Biden heard that from his basement in Delaware, I think. That was so loud. It is an honor to be here in New Hampshire. I got to tell you, the first time that I ever stood on stage with President Trump was 2 years ago in South Carolina. It was 20 degrees. That was pretty cold. Not like New Hampshire cold, but cold. And what was amazing to me is we stood there and thousands of people, much like today, came out to support Donald Trump again for President of the United States. Are y'all ready for Donald Trump?